I want to speak about all this um, fiddling with technique. I even bought two mixers, they both the same brand, so maybe it was defective the model or something wrong with me with the way I used it. They both are on the fritz. Um, but I'm not against technology as long as it enhances what good raw material you have. When I say raw material, I mean the way you sing, the way you play. There's not that can make up for poor raw material. Even the best cook cannot cook with poor ingredients. So I'm not speaking about the raw instrument, the instruments that are basically means to an end. So sometimes people don't just speak about the model, whatever is the easiest thing. You can buy your way through becoming to sound better with money up to a certain point, mainly with brass instruments. The percentage of the sound that depends on you is higher than the percentage of the sound that depends on the sheer, pure tool, the instrument. That's very important. So, as long as the instrument is playable, the sound is not shitty, is okay for the price. A valve work. This is a decent instrument for the price. Somebody asked me, oh, what instrument can... this is, I paid 280 euros. It was first, the original price, first hand is 500 euros. It is what it is. I mean, everybody decides what to do with their own money. I like many instruments rather than having one very good. Doesn't mean I don't like good instruments. But there are brands that are good value for money. This is Thomann. I buy Thomann and buy also guitars by Harley Benton. And I think they're excellent value for the money. This cornet sounds like a much more expensive cornet than the price tag can indicate. It's a good instrument. It costs something like 400 euros, and I think this, if you bought a Yamaha, you will spend 800 or 1000 euros for the same value. So first thing, I think that people should be more focused on music, on having fun playing music, because when you play, mainly when you play jazz or Dixieland, if you don't have fun when you play, it doesn't, how to put it, people don't hear your enjoyment in playing music. You should enjoy playing music. You should immerse completely in the music you're playing. All the things that you played before your practice are good, but when you play, don't think I'm showing off. Think having fun. Think you like what you do. You would like even if you were not, you were alone. If you, but okay, sometimes audience can give you an extra push. I play differently, but at the end of the day, if your idea of music is cheating because to me, cheating your way into success, that means, okay, I'm putting some reverb here, some thing here, like with the guitar. The guitar is important, with trumpet not so much. I hear a lot of people, when I don't hear his trumpet, I hear his idea of the trumpet through pedals, okay? Unless you are playing for recording, okay, that is edited, it's an important thing, and the composer or the producer has in his mind this more velvety, contrived sound of brass instrument. But I'll tell you something, if you play my clarinet, I used to play the clarinet, teachers said, don't buttarle via, don't throw the notes away. It means each and every note should have its meaning, its sense, okay? And the best thing that can happen to me, that when people notice that I put myself into playing, okay? It's not something I do, oh, let's see how many likes or how many hits I will get, how many views. That's not the point. Matching of quality with feedback is on a high, very high level, on a very bad level. I mean, if you play very bad, you have going to, but all in the middle doesn't match. I have videos where I play better than the other videos and nobody watches them. I had videos that I'm not proud of them, and people like them. Oh, at the end of the day, it's the people judge, not so much. If you're not able to tell whether what you've been doing is good or not, you cannot improve on what you've been doing. So you should have a pretty decent idea of what you do. That's why I sometimes delete videos, I don't upload videos, because I listen, okay, to the video, I watch it after the fact, and I can judge, okay? Then I have videos where I play words and all, because people need to have a vague idea of what I can do in real life, because I don't want people to hire me or to play with me and then I thought you were better. If on the web you have all the time in the world to play 20-30 times and upload the best, disregarding people who cut and paste. That's even worse. So many people are not real players, okay? These people are just on the web, and they I could play the recorder, the ukulele, the guitar, then the trumpet and the trombone, and patch everything together and pose as a phenomenon, like wow, a wonder player. It's not my idea of music. Even with backing tracks that I use, it's because I couldn't find real people in real life. Why? I live in Italy. Classical or mainstream jazz, not so, there's no good tradition. People play from bebop onwards. They play in a very, how to put it, academic way. I call it compitino. Their little homework they do. Okay, I don't like it. Even if you've practiced for hours the same, you will sound fake. To have a decent English accent, you can learn, how to say, in an academic way, or you can absorb through listening and through time. It takes time. Rome was not built in a day. Playing the trumpet, the trombone, all these brass instruments is something that, I repeat myself, takes time. Some people expect short-term results. They don't get. The same with languages. There come a day when you speak a language without thinking, without effort. Okay? But it takes time. You need to be exposed to the language in a meaningful way. That's another story. But even with music, where there is more conscious, self-conscious practice than with languages, that's my point of view, there are similarities, commonalities, but there are differences. But what they have in common is that if for your language is not just reading music, but is playing a certain genre of music, it can be gypsy jazz, can be folk music, can be, I don't know, Greek music, Rebettica, whatever, you need to be exposed to that music and to subconsciously internalize and absorb that music. There are no two ways about it. You need to be exposed to the language or the music that is a language. I mean, the sounds, the inflections you have when you speak a language, the same thing goes for the inflections and the things you do when you play jazz or when you play a certain style of jazz, like languages is dialects. And for jazz, you have different kind of dialects. Are you playing bebop? Are you playing mainstream? Mainstream is kind of the official. Mainstream gives you the ability to play something older, something more modern. That's why I go for mainstream. But I also play Dixieland and something like Chet Baker. So there are maybe bebop things. I'm not a bopper per se. Okay? Maybe one day I will play bebop if I survive this craze going around the world. There's not a nuclear war. Okay, that's another thing. But this channel has shown people my age that start, for example, brass when they are 40. I started string instruments like ukulele when I was 50. It's never too late. Starting a trumpet when you're 40. Okay, I've been playing the woodwind instrument since I was 14. So in my mind there was phrases, patterns and things of jazz already with another instruments, but I know what sounded good, what I should play on chords and what scales. So it's not that everything went to the dogs. Okay? But oh, you're 18, you can start a trumpet. I started a trumpet when I was 40. Am I the best trumpet player? No. Am I better than most trumpet players who started at 40 and were told that they couldn't make it? Yes. Because if you have in your mind, okay, it's too late. No, limits are what you encounter. It's not what you tell yourself. Okay? Okay. It's not like you go against nature. I'm 50, I want to run, and I compete with people who are 20. Okay, there's common sense. I will never play like I'm Wynton Marsalis, but I can be and become a pretty good, decent, honest to God trumpet, trombone player. I play the guitar badly, but I play. I play ukulele better, but I play. I like tenor guitars, and I practice tenor guitars. When my lips are sore, I play 40 minutes, 30 minutes. I take 10, 15 minutes and play the tenor guitar. I do my exercise, practice, homework, and then I reverse to the trumpet or the trombone. Other thing, don't believe everything they say on the web. You can play trumpet and trombone both well. Say, I can speak English e posso parlare italiano, μπορώ να μιλήσω ελληνικά τώρα. You can speak different languages. It's only a matter of time, but if I speak English doesn't mean I forget Italian, or if I speak Italian, that means I cannot speak English. Okay? Obviously, if I only speak Italian, I don't read in English, I don't watch English movie, I don't watch English TV, I don't listen to American or British radio, I don't use it like I'm using now, I'm gonna forget it. The problem is not that I live in Italy. The problem is nowadays you have the internet. When I started Modern Greek, I didn't have anything. And in spite of all that, in 1 year I was a soldier. I learned all the basics of Modern Greek. And then I met real people and I started speaking. Okay, Greek is a language that is written phonetically, and there is always a stress on the words. Okay, there are some other language like English, but now you have recordings. You can do a lot of things. There's no excuse. With music, with the help of, I have a lot of CDs. And I still like buying CDs, because when you have a CD that you bought it, it's a different thing than having it on the web. Okay, for example, where is the tag? I bought these CDs, I just showed in other videos. Benny Morton, 35 cents. Benny Morton. Curtis Fuller, which is hard bop. He died recently, he was 90 something, he was very old. Donald Byrd, this is far removed from the way I play, but anyway. I also practice very simple things and trying to have the best sound. Really, sometimes I read children's. I got it when I bought the other cornet, very basic, and I read that, okay, and then I read something more complicated, more. I tend not to do the same thing every day. I have different books where there's warm up, and one day I pray that warm up, another day the other warm up, another day I practice my own personal warm up that is different. But right, that doesn't mean that you start everything and you give it up. No, I harp on the same things until they come like a thing of nature. Okay, until you develop even for the tenor guitar, the muscle memory. uh, I play instrument who can play chords because they help you when you play the trumpet. You know the chords and everything. So I want to say this because many people, you know, I am on YouTube, but I don't give a fiddler's fart about what YouTube tells me what to do. I don't want a world where everybody does the same thing, stereotypical things. Okay. If there you find something in common, this is a breather of fresh air among YouTubers that always try to do the same things. This is a long-winded video. Nobody would do that because people are not gonna watch it. Okay, most people are not going to watch it, but some people do. When I like something, I don't want it to be short. Okay? We live on TikTok reels, things that last 190-second tops, and our attention is so short, attention span. But if you like something, you should take the time to listen without interruption to a symphonic work. That's why going to real gigs and real concerts is very important. You learn to sit down, be focused on the music, like a movie. Okay? And it depends on what. There is a 40 minutes concert by Beethoven. The more you go forward, the more they last. So I wouldn't recommend start watching classical music with Mahler symphony. I would start with Haydn, even Vivaldi. That's the problem. People approach some music that have some depth to it, like jazz or classical music, from the more complicated and not a style, kind of jazz or classical music that requires previous listening to other styles. You don't start listening to jazz from Ornette Coleman or other free jazz players. And everybody free jazz. No, free jazz is a kind of jazz like any other. You need to have been listening to a lot of hard bop, to a lot of later bop like Mingus, Eric Dolphy, which is almost free in some things, and then you can understand free jazz and understand who is good, who is what is the word in English? Who is a wannabe player. Okay? I usually speak Italian because most of my viewers are from Italy. Men, 95%, 55-64, 50 to 60 is the age. So basically I came to the point that people watch what is like them. I mean, middle-aged people watches somebody who speaks who is mostly like him, same sex, same age, language, or obviously if he speaks another language. Okay, this is my long-winded video where I rant about many things. Basically the gist of it is I am the real deal. What you watch here is what I am in real life. I would say the same thing to a friend without being recorded by a camera. There's no difference. I don't pretend. I don't put on a mascara persona when I'm here. Okay? Goodbye. Mascara, it's no word mascara in English. Mask. Persona, yes, but not mascara. Goodbye. Goodbye, Joe. We gotta go. Me, oh my.